Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you. Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you. Ragashanti live.
Yeah.
Ragashanti live.
Yeah.
Ragashanti live. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
I need Mixup An Blenda time.
I'm want to call and talk up the King's Day.
That's the reason I'm done with him, because I see the boy have me and the girl have me with the same Raga.
Hold on, the boy have you and the girl have beard with the same red rock?
Yes. Raga.
Yeah.
Because the girl with the next side of story about the red Raga. Then people that look at me and say you're Aganeering because the way we are.
Yo, that word them mad. Aganeering. Aganeering to the flipping world.
Hi. Ragashanti, I did mix up daddy. Hallelujah. Ragashanti go on and on. Yes, Ragashanti. Do you know how she feelings this, right? And you know me have to listen to your program because you talk a crocus bag of things with scandal side of it.
Lego. Balance. All right, bless up in all massive and cool. Big up on yourself. Proper thing. I'm name Ragashanti, the last bit of my mama, Miss Cherry Wash Belly. And thing is it. As a greeting and respect all massive and thing. Big up all my listeners, them in the Bridge Nation, Jamaica. Large up, big up all who are listening all over the world and all these things. Carol Hall, I see you over there in London, England. And thing, you know, left out the show. Big up yourself. I see you upon the IrieJam 360 Facebook page and thing. Sugar D in there, but who else over there? Who else over there? Diva Frisky, no surprise there. Maureen Henry, no surprise there. Michian, no surprise there. Christina Brown Sugar, no surprise there. You know, the loyalists, them and thing, big up on the Carol, I say, good morning, Raga. Because you know, a man in over London, right? You know. Morning, Carol. Bless up yourself, man. Big up yourself, man. Everything. Ragashanti live, you know, right? Yes, upon the Bridge 99 FM and also upon the IrieJam 360 app, right? And if you're there on Facebook and all these things, you don't know, say, at the IrieJam 360 Facebook page and thing. You see it? Bless up on yourself, man. People don't know, say, a common thing now, right? We have woman people who look like them a woman, but them are really man, right? Trans, right? You know, so that's a common thing now. Common thing. There was a time when it was viewed like it was an anomaly. I mean, some people still see it like an anomaly, like some form of aberration. But I'm not getting into the merits or the demerits of that argument. I'm just saying, everybody on the face of this earth knows sick. you have trans men out there who them look like women. We all know that. For a lot of these men, who, prefer to present themselves as women for various reasons. A lot of times, if you pay close attention, you can pick out, say, is a man that, some of them very obvious, right? Some men who dress in, trans, who dress in a, female clothes and all these things and whatever. Some are just right out obvious. You just see it, and it's a man that dressed like a woman. There are others who, they're more convincing, correct? Right? And even the ones who are more convincing, very often you have to, sometimes they're not, because they're not readily obvious, you have to kind of look. But even most of the ones who are more convincing, you have to kind of pick up, fairly quickly, You may hear it in the voice. You may, sometimes men who see themselves as women, they kind of exaggerate when they're doing it, and that exaggeration, it may take you like a minute or a second, as opposed to the ones who are already obvious, but you kind of pick up, because some of the men them who dress like woman, them overdo the woman part, So, them look at something they can send a signal and you pick up. Sometimes do what Adam's apple thing, the voice, Jamaicans have a term, some people misunderstand it, but Jamaicans use the word tough as a demarcation of a particular physical trait. So a Jamaicans may say our foot back tough. It could be an insult, but it's not necessarily an insult. Believe it or not, that is another way for Jamaicans to say that person has muscles in her calves, like our foot back tough. It could just be a very neutral way of saying, no man, our foot back tough. But it's also used as an insult sometimes. But some people think that it is always an insult when very often it is not. All right? People may see a video today. A video was sent to me today. And it has been making the rounds on social media. And when I see that video first, the person I saw, I said, okay, what is this video about? I see the woman, and she dropped her top of her dress, and I see two breasts. And the breasts, them real. Real as in, they're not, not any surgery or whatever. I just believe. And people, there was nothing. Absolutely. Let me see if anybody said them see video. There was nothing. Nothing in the picture. In the video. The initial part of the video. For me to say that this is not a woman. When that woman goes to bam and lift up her dress, she reel out her ratted strength. They want big level long something, Me say me shock so till. No, why am I saying this? you may be listening me and be like, so what's the big deal? You know, there are tons and tons of those videos out there. And that is true. So let me tell you the reason why I'm mentioning it. Only hear Raga always tell you, don't run in. Don't run in. Can we tell you, say, all a carnival, you know, from Jamaica, long years of carnival, you have some man and they love go wind up on stranger. And I know, say, enough of them, where you think a woman and a bust all some proper wine. Because some of them gay youth there, you know. Woman can't wine like them, you know. Some of the trans youth, them. Woman can't wine like them. Them bad pan the whining. And you can't say them, you know, whatever. I have some man love running and thing and whatever and this and that. And when, you know, when them find out all certain things, then want to resort to violence. They don't want to go running. What you blame them for? Now them a dance and enjoy themselves. I want to run gone up back at them. I do that something there. As soon as I see woman a dance and run gone up back at them and fine. I want to get vexed about them for declare themselves. What do you mean declare themselves? They're being who they want to be. Who want to make them happy. It's you go running. So take responsibility for it. Are you running? Right? But people, when I tell you, that man real out a rotted piece of wood, them may I tell you, man. They would must say 12 inches long and big and thick and whatever, you know. And I said, there is nothing about the picture, about the video, what that woman that say. You know, sometimes the one them are really, really good. You have to look good, and kind of pick up and you say, no, man, something, you know. Like, you know, some of them who for say, them act like woman, what them don't, sometimes what them not catch, some of them really good, you know. But sometimes what them not catch are like the subtleties, the subtle nuances of femininity, what them not really catch, you know. So you can pick it up, you know. And when I tell you there, and again, you know, this is nothing new, don't get me wrong. In the gay culture, they have a term for a lot of gay men, they're not feminine. A lot of gay men just normal. There's nothing in the caricature. There's nothing caricature about their sexuality in terms of gay. Them no, you know, there is nothing. You know, a lot of you are on the myth, you know, under the myth that most gay men are effeminate. No, most gay men, there's nothing feminine about them, right? Nothing feminine about them. But what I'm saying is, the ones that are like that, sometimes them have a little difficulty to like master the nuances, you know, and that is when the thing get internal. That is when the thing is psychological, you know. It's not just your physical dispensation. It's like your physical appearance, right? It's a mentality. I suspect, you know, if anybody familiar with acting, when you assume a role, you have to reach a point where you're transferred into a whole different individual ecosystem, you know. You're a totally different person, not only physically, but, you know, in mind, in psychology, you know, you're transposed into a different being, right? And I submit to you that the gay man them who captured a woman something convincingly. It is mental more than anything else. But when I see this video, boy, may I tell you, Raga always said, don't run in. You can't blame gay people and trans people. Well, you have a look at caveat there. But in general, you can't blame gay people and trans people for choosing to be who they say they are. But if you run in on something and you are frightened Friday and you're frightened if you ever being who you say and think is a pretty woman, right? And you have to look everybody. And you have to prove something to everybody. And you want to kill anything when you say out there and whatever. If you stay so and you go run up with something, it's your fault. It's not the gay man them fault. It's not the trans man them fault. It's not the trans woman them fault. It's your fault. What you blame them for? Now you love running. Now you say you're a star boy and I love look everything. Me don't know somebody, that reach him, Right? At the same place at Jamaica, there, entertainer too. That reach him, And when the man I say, oh, them ray, and them for declare themselves, them can't go around and do them something there. Now, Mark, you have gay trans men, me hear few of them talk it, them not like straight man. Them not like gay man, sorry. Them said them only like straight man. Me hear gay man over the years are dealing in a several, Huey and all them places. And I'm going to tell you, them say them not attracted to gay men. It's straight man them attracted to, right? And the straight man where them attracted to, it involves deceiving the straight man them. And the whole idea is to ensnare the straight man in such a way to a point where once it is revealed to the straight man, the skill what the person used by the straight man was so good that the straight man never turn back after him find out say it's not a woman, it's a man, right? That fit them thing that turn on some of them, that excite some of them or whatever. And over the years, we have seen instances where when that happened, the straight man in them shock, they have responded in ways that has resulted in the death, the murder of the deceiving gay man who did act like woman and a trick his straight. So when them something that they come up and think, I was one of them who was saying like, well, murder is murder, kill is kill. We not support the killing. But I'm saying at some point, don't you responsible for our lives, don't it? And again, I support them for my killing there. Even if you shock reach, it don't give you a right for go kill a person. But give it that the person dead or sometimes, serious harm reach them, then, you have to kind of say, well, what are you going to do to help yourself to not fall into that situation again? And unfortunately, some of the gay and the trans people, they will not can say you're being homophobic and them have a right to be who they are and whatever, which is not the point you're making, right? You're just saying, stop doing that. You are endangering your own life, particularly in a place like Jamaica. I must say, though, there have been quite a few gay people also who disagree with it, and they have always been talking to their gay colleagues and saying, stop doing this, stop doing this. But it is a thing. It's a thing amongst gay men and trans men to be so good at passing as a woman that you kind of ensnare a man. They get off on that. Like, he thought I was a woman. He believed I was a woman because I am a woman. In my mind, me a woman. And yeah, he must love me as a woman and all these things and whatever. And it should follow that some of them do get away with that. That some of these gay trans men who come over convincingly as women and end up in a situation where them a trick a man for a while, and when the man find out, the man stay. Over the years, several of them mix up, they come in, and on the year the youth them explain and say, yeah, Raga that go on. Yeah, Raga that go on. For sure, the man, them know say, the woman and man and them stay with the man. And I know a several situations where entertain, all done, all bad man. Know about them situation there and stay night. When I time with over clearing that and thing and all, somebody had, them a tell, say you see that person there, and what? It's a man that, it's a gay youth that tell me, on gas station. So the gay youth I said, Raga, I'm a man that you know them talk and draw them word. I'm a man that I say for real. And I'm say I'm a man that man, whatever. But I say, yo, but who if a man that time is that woman me in my mind, me I look for me. No. But I say, if it's a man that who that me see her arms are up, no so on, so on, so when I tell you, say top shot man. Top shot bad boy, burn out this and burn out that. But that's somebody who people, this is years ago, but that's somebody who people know, we fling down people, machine up and thing, heavy with the machine them and thing and whatever. Proper gunman. And I say, you serious? And the you go, him I do, gay people, the gay, some of them gay you that yeah, Raga, me give you the metal. I say, I don't want to know, I don't want to know. No, Raga, me tell you what one of them people, them know me that. I say, in fact, I am leaving. And I make sure I leave right away. Because me, I see a gunman when me know, all murderer when me know, everybody in them here, I didn't know, said, that man there was a real murderer. And him woman with him am. So gay youth I tell me, say, the woman is a man. Me no want him for go know, say me know that. You understand? What Raga always tell you though, people will do a lot to not lose a lot. Simple equation. People will do the most to not lose a lot. So when I say, me no want to know, don't tell me nothing. And that is a form of don't run in. So again, me see a video, and me I tell you, say, even though we know, say, man out there just like woman, and man out there look convincing like woman, why, we just want to remind you, say we live in a day and time right now when the resources are out there for make the thing convincing, and that you have some man out there, like in other video now, with some big elevator instruments, some big strong this and that out there. They might live them life. It's their right. It is their right. It is their right to live their lives, to choose to do what they want to do. It is therefore incumbent on you, as men especially, to be aware of this reality and exercise the necessary precautions so that you don't find yourself in a position where the very shock we are going to reach you and whatever, you're going to be so crushed, you're going to do something stupid, you're going to kill people and whatever and all them stuff. Just be cognizant of that reality. We're already aware of it, yes. But this is just a reminder that the ability for some men to pass as women, I think that capacity has been strengthened over the years, and a lot of these men are very good at it. A lot of these men now look genuinely more woman than woman. It's not exaggerated, it's not forced. It have the subtlety and the calm confidence of women. A lot of them are really, really good at it. Don't run in. Don't run in. Balance on the thing. When a man want to feel, when I have to draft everything, I want to kill everything and whatever. Just the basic statistics of it. It just means if you run after everything, it increases the probability that one day you're going to buck up on that same thing. If you not run after everything, it decreases the chance that you're going to buck up on something like that. Simple. And again, when you're in a me not support the deception what some of them do was set out deliberately because them say them only like straight man. Fine. But apart from that, if you go running upon a situation with one of them there and thing and whatever, because every fractal you see you want to draft or you want to go underneath it and whatever, if you go underneath it, figure say chocho. And when you go underneath it, figure say chocho, I want to look at Neesbury also. You go buck up on one big evergreen planting. You have nobody to blame but yourself. If you go run from the green plant and run from it and thing and whatever and this and that and learn your lesson. But again, a lot of the men them out, lot of the women them out there who are men, they are very, very, very convincing. Way more convincing than before. So the onus is on you. If you don't want to be caught in a situation like that, where you're all excited about getting in with a woman, only for find out, say, I want bigger level strength, I mean, she box you, and then box you with it, you get a lockjaw and whatever, this and that. Don't run in. All right, I will have break, we'll soon forward.
It's the Bridge 99 FM.
How you deal with?
Gonna leave.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live.
Yo, Christina, send me a link, I'm sending the video. Now, people, usually nowadays when them send certain video, when people send out certain video to me, first of all, if them send anything with picnic or whatever, I always tell don't send back any picnic video to me. From me. But outside of that, when people send certain videos, just delete them. It's like porn movie. It's like, seriously, there's nothing there. Now, the only way me look is that if it's something unusual, like something really weird, I'm like, what? What the talk about? So me look on it. So most of the time, I delete them. But this video, what I tell you about, I send it to some of my female friends them, and make them tell me if them, if it did trick them. I send it to 4 already. And these are women, I must say women pick up them something they quick. And I send it to 4 already. And each one of them said them get tricked. Each one said them get tricked. So you see my point where I say how convincing this thing is. Each one said them get tricked. Each one, them never seen nothing to indicate is a man. One other thing, and this is another video. So, as me I tell you, see the Michigan, she have woman, Michigan say, when me see the video, it fool me too. Yeah, every woman me send it to, and woman pick up them something quick, Because sometimes when you miss them something, the woman will say, cause I'm very bad with those things, like here and all them things. I say, Raga, no, are you in a real? And I'm like, really? And they're like, duh. Raga, you say, whatever. So them pick up, people pick up things and say, no, man, look on the so and so and look on. So women are really good at the little subtleties. They just kind of suss them out and say, boom, bang, bang, bing, 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 bing. And the 4 women who me send it to, them say them get tricked. Michigan says she see it and she got Carol, Carol, me have you know, man. But anyway, so while we there now, and me I wait for a call. While me there, I wait for a call. Me see our next video. It's a bachelorette party, right? And another one. A bachelorette party. And big party, be a woman. So the bride to be and her friend are them there, And a bride to be a sort out with, I'm assuming it's a stripper, right? I just assume it's a stripper, or we don't know. But the one man were in the crowd, what of them? That's about 20 or 30 of them. And the one man were in the crowd, I sought out the bride to be. And the whole of our friend, them a cheer her on, and a whole of her and cheer her on. And people, when I tell you, say that boy, I put on a piece of work for now, the man I go, man. Me say, And him a baby to the thing, you know. And she did a spread out, well, skin out the most way and whatever. And the man a send on, you know, you see everything. And the man a walk here, and the man a walk here, and a walk here. And the man go hard for a white man, you know. You know, say, you know, black folks and thing, we have certain standards with certain. Let me tell you, man, the man a represent. Him man a deal with the thing wicked. Me say when I time me look like the man a go bust in the man and the man just goes a boob and wally back like me not tell a lie. The man have more stamina than me. Me not afraid to say. The man have more stamina than me. I tell man a put it on her, you know. And the whole of them did it and just a cheer around and all them stuff. This is somebody who got married the next day, you know. Well, I don't know if it was the next day, but at the bridal sitting. I went in the bridal shower. President bridal shower, yeah, bridal shower. Now, then they show me something else, man. The husband go see the video, and the husband call off a wedding. Call off a wedding and say, no wedding. Nah, deal with that wedding. That wedding you're not going to happen. And we did it, well, God, you see how much I don't want to see sitting here now. And we did it. Well, I reason with some linky about it. They want that video to me. Send it to them after I show. I'm going to send it to them after I show. So, we did it now. I will reason with the linky them and them start burn out the woman. Make woman so wicked and all them something there. And me sit down there and listen to them at first, you know. And I say big and serious do, you know. Me not condone what she do, you know. But one, you know, say as far as me know, a man start that something there. A man start that something about them need for sort out like the night before them wedding, you know. Them need for sort out, you know. Ray, and it was a thing with men. Now we all know that man love brag about things with them do. And women don't love brag. And be careful now. Because man love brag about things with them do, and woman don't brag on many of the things them people, may I hear you praise it? And many of the things them people always assume, say, man a do and woman na do. Again, listen to the reasoning. Because men love to brag about enough things with them do, and women don't brag about enough things with them do. A lot of people think that with enough things, man do it and woman don't do it. And we have to be careful of that. Because enough things a man do and chat too much about it, woman do it too. Them just not chat too much about it. But anyway, that being said, to the best of my knowledge, this whole thing about bachelor party and whatever, and man for sort out, stripper, a man started. A man started. Well, it was a thing in America, among Western European countries. I don't know about other countries. But in the Western society where we, Jamaica there, with, you know, America, Canada, and Britain and whatever, and then place there in the Caribbean, it's man start, that's something there. Right? Again, me not condone what the woman do, you know. I just say a man started. So if we're not going to get pound a high ass now, and I make these sweeping condemnation upon woman who are do it. Why they never didn't make it when the man them do it? Why, if we're not going to move from, why you know say what that woman do wrong, and you're gone in at the level, but boy, woman them wicked nowadays. You see a woman evil, and what she doing, you can't imagine it. You can't trust them woman, you know what? If I say you're gone with it, why you never did this thing? You never said that when you know say a man did I do them something there. But no man, you believe man entitled for do them something there, and woman not supposed to do them something there again. Another form of the double standard. Man entitled for sort out stripper at them bachelor party, but no, woman not for make no man sort them out of them bachelorette party. If we never take it on the level, we now make sweeping condemnation of woman and thing, then on for can condemn him and them too. Because to the best of my knowledge, is man start that's something there. Is man, let me see if anybody Right? And the people who old enough to know what going on. It was a thing. For hear some man a shell out woman and them back. Me nah say woman a do it before, you know, but to the best of my knowledge, I didn't know of it being a thing with women. Right? When me I grew up, it was this whole thing, but you know, and then marriage is never too common where me grew up. So, you know, you watch movies and you hear, you know, you get exposed to some people from foreign and them. And it just was a thing with man. It was like a thing to do. Get the stripper and, you know, the groom to be, sleep with the stripper and get a header from the stripper, whatever. You get two and all these things and whatever. And that has been there for long. Man, I go on with them something. Long time, man, I go on with them something. Long time, man, I go on with them something. But now, woman, I do it now, and the world has come to an end. The world has come to an end because woman just so wicked that they're engaging in some really egregious indiscretions at them bachelorette party. Like man never do it long time to men. Una not being fair, una wicked. Well, una not like, una not for do either. But of course, we all understand that somehow una just believe there's some things. You know the old saying, a woman can't do what a man do and still be a lady. Una go and believe them there's something there. Yeah, the woman them a deal with the thing different now. When I tell woman them thing that a woman can't do what a man do and still be a lady. Enough woman just all quietly and listen to her and just different. You're lucky. Not even not look upon you. Them not say nothing to you and argue with you. But them a do them thing. Hey, me saying in the video, you know. Me say when the man a put it on her, man, me I tell you say me rate it general, you know, because he put it on her proper, you know, man. He put it on her wicked. And thing. But anyway, people, only here we go on a Buffalo with the white boy where we kill off 10 people. And deliberately drive from far where him come from, scope out the place and go kill off. And go there for kill as many people as him can and end up a kill 10 people. Most of them elderly, big people, them and thing. 13 get shot up, 10 dead. It's a massacre. And me see video too. The because him tell it, him put it, him do it live. So. And people, right after the shit that happening, you know, the foolishness start. Me not talk about the racist them, right? Them there, right? We know about them, you know. You don't know what me talk. First of all, it start for the police them. People, the police them come up there. The man go in there and murder people, you know, just shut up people and kill people like, whoa, you know. The police them come up and the police them were just so gentle and understanding. So focused on de-escalation, that is the term them use. So caring and understanding to the youth, you know, them, you know, cautious and thing. And talk him into surrender, man. And brought him in. Treat him good. Then after that, now the commentary them start. News after news after news. This troubled young man, you know, this young man was disturbed and, you know, a young man, he needed help and, you know, and mental health issues and what could we do to help them and what the... I mean, I tell you, say, white somebody after white somebody after white somebody, like, and I'm like, them hear themselves. People, the youth write 100-odd-page manifesto declaring himself a racist, a white supremacist, and one of the racist doctrine in white supremacy is their constant concern with what is referred to as the replacement theory. And what is it? A lot of white people, they are constantly focused on anything for do will look like black people are arise, and a black people them have it up for, you know. Them not like Mexican either, you know. Them not like Jews either, but them just have it for black people. Which shouldn't be a coincidence, you know, because apart from Native Americans, you know, when them do and them come over here and them see the Native American people and kill them off and take over the land. No other group suffer as much as black people, you know, in a slavery, you know. Right? As far as they are concerned, in terms of the colorism and thing, black people are the worst for them. Them hate black people the most. Which to me, there has to be some logic there, because the one where you treat the most, you know, of course that is the one where you're going to hate the most, because that is the one you're going to fear the most. Because the one where you treat the worst, that is the one who more likely to come do you something, you know. So white people always have this preoccupation from them go at them left all the way from over with them and go all the way down to Africa, you know. To go through treacherous seas and whatever, cross ocean and whatever, run up and down, catch people, all kind of thing and whatever, and then carry them. As them go through all of them stress if you bring black people come over here. So after them do that now, and them slavery black people, them rape them and thing and whatever, this and that, then them are going to say, go back to your country. No, you bring me here. It's you who bring me here. But white racists, they're always preoccupied with this thing that they're going to be replaced. It's nothing new, you know. It has been around a long time. And that is what was going on with the insurrection. Because them lose them, black man are turned president, because to them, the core identity of the United States of America, listen now, according to God, these are people who come thief in land from the Native American, you know. But they must say, according to God, this is the white man's land. So it's a form of white, and by the way, it is also Christian. It is very Christian. It's a form of Christianity. It's not all of Christianity, but this type of white nationalism. It's a white Christian over here. Them use the term evangelical. Evangelical means something different over here than it means for us. But it's a white Christian evangelical racist nationalism. And they're very... In the insurrection, you know, you never see people up which part of the speakers gathering at the house and pray to God with Bible and thing. They believe this is God's land for white people, not for black people. And because black people are advancing and they're in position of powers, and oh dear, Barack Obama got be president of the United States, they see that they're losing this country. That's why you have racists like Tucker Carlson on Fox News, and they're espousing this thing all the time. All of you who listen from over Tambourine radio, I never tell you no. Don't me tell you that this thing is going to get worse. There is a direct correlation between non-white people who are advanced, non-white people who are increasing in numbers, and a corresponding desperation on the part of these racists who believe that people are taking over what is theirs. I want to know who has exploited that efficiently. Ringy, right? And has gained a tremendous amount of political capital out there. But those are the flat-out racist ones. What I find interesting are the decent people who will condemn them racists there. But then them end up and do some just obvious thing to like, me say them a cuddle this boy, I like say him a somebody nice and whatever. When he was just a kid, he's just 18 years. Just 18 years old. Look how much time black people do certain things when they're 14, 15 and they want to charge them as adult. Look how much time police deal with black people and other non-white people, you know, who involved in certain alleged infractions, and them deal with it very differently. No emphasis never there upon for de-escalation. This man, remember the brother from Christchurch and New Zealand were going at the Muslim thing and must kill 50 odd people or so. You remember him, right? And video it. And he too espoused the whole replacement theory thing and put up one manifest up on the internet and video it and put it, video himself live and do it. A kill half the people, innocent praying people. Damn coward, he said them go church. And thing, right? So this boy I was following that brother there, So if him can sit down and write something 100 and odd page, and in the 100 and odd page, him burn out black people, burn out the Jews, burn out this and that and ray. And you write and say you're going to kill them and whatever. Clearly premeditated. Then you go out of your way to say it in your chat room them and thing with a beat of eye. Then you post it. Then before you do it, you go up at the supermarket, a couple months before, and you case the place. You plan, One more in a premeditation you want. Anything spontaneous in that way you say the man lose control and spontaneously do something right. You got people, this is facts, Him got case the place and thing and him pick where him want. Him did go pick one church. And him say no, him not go to the church. Him say him go to the supermarket. Why him say him go to the supermarket? Because him want to go to a place where black people will have to go. And him say when them dead, him want them to have fear. So this boy was saying that what him do and why him choose a supermarket is that him want black people to feel so uncomfortable from doing the simple things in them daily life because him don't want black people in the country. And that he said that. And then you go buy one assault rifle and you train and you practice and you pick out the supermarket where black people there. And you roll out. And that people, clearly, it was a video I want to send around. But somebody send the video to me. He boy jump out of the car, and as the boy jump out of the car, one nice little lady, boom, 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 him fling her down. And the boy shoot up people are going to the supermarket. People, you know so when the boy are going and shoot up and kill the people. One white man will work at the supermarket and run. And the white man drop. People you know say while this boy a kill half the people them. He boy tell the white man sorry. And just proceed if we go kill half colored people who know why. Why them a that? Why them a babysit this boy and talk about him troubled and him this and that? Him is a wicked, dirty, evil, wicked crosses. I tell you, me also want interview with a man, him interview one black man, one white man, interview. And I say, yeah, and obviously he was disturbed and him obviously have some mental problem. And the man, listen to me now, the black man just give it to him right away. Him didn't know exactly what him do. Him a wicked. But it's a thing here, And what they're doing, And I'm talking about nice, decent people who you would never hear them say, no, them not biased in any way against black people, whatever. That's what I'm telling you. If you stand up in a big crowd of people and say, all who know what bad mind and wicked and evil is, if you know what it is, pretty much everybody are going to put up their hand. If you say, put on your hand. If you then say, all who know say, on a bad mind, wicked and evil, put up your hand. Nobody have put up their hand. So everybody knows say wickedness and evil and bad mind exist, but nobody wicked or evil and bad mind. It therefore necessarily follows that the people who evil and wicked and bad mind don't know say them evil and wicked and bad mind. And it's the same thing with a lot of these people who are racist. A lot of these people think that racism means you have to have one big white sheet and a run around and a burn white cross and whatever. No, racism is multi-layered. You have all kinds of forms of overt racism. But the racism that is more dangerous is that insidious, sneaky racism where even the racists them don't know so them racist. One of the worst things you can find yourself in, is somebody who get up every day say them no racist and thing, but under the right circumstances will sink your cloth, man. Under the right conditions will done you. President don't make Mr. Clark leave, because we did not have a meeting. Oh. Right? That's one of the worst. That's one of the worst things can reach you. I was told that the story one time of one man who did their England. And him a fight against racism, burn out racism, left, right, and center. From him young, him a fight against racism. I defend black people and thing and whatever and ray. Always at the forefront in opposition against racism. And him always a burn out England, a white man. Him burn out England. Till him reach a point one time now, he must say, no, him not want to live in another racist country. He want to go somewhere where he can contribute for uplift black people. And him say, I'm tired of racism in England. And then go live in one African country. I forgot which one. And when he live over there, him wife and thing, him white wife and thing, and them pick me and him. And then they fear why. And when he grew up now, when he died, when he pity them grew up now. And his daughter come home one day, big daughter now come up and say, boy, Daddy, I'm in love. And tell him who she loving, and when he sees a strong black piece of man, he man try talking daughter out of it, and the daughter said, no, I him she love. And whatever. You know, said that man pack up in one line family and carry them right back to England after all those years of burning out racism. After all those years of burning out racism, I burn out England and thing and gang and live in Africa. Because him can't take a racist England and thing. And what? Him man pack up his whole line family and go right back to England. When he reach back to England now, when I'm bridging now, so go to him and say, I think he done with England. Why you come back here, sir? And him say, to tell you the truth, I realized that I was racist. Right? When him imagine now, say, film daughter now, I go take one big piece of strength from him, black. He couldn't manage it. And at that time, film racism come on. It follows then that anybody who observe all them phenomena, there, and then you hear somebody else say, oh, them not racist, You have to be careful, because them don't even know what them will do under certain conditions. And Ringy, make we understand that only too well. Because I'm frightened to hear some things will come out of some people's mouth because it's now okay to say it. It's now cool to say it. Them can't come out with it now. You don't see how much of them are roll out now because Ringy give them license for roll out. Them just attack things them and whatever. Give me the call, President. Hello.
Raga.
Yes, Mr. Combs, what happened?
Where you going with now?
Boy, me there I give thanks, Where you up to?
Me there this year, Joe.
Hey, what you say?
No, you see the people who send me and say, me give permission go and start out and a tune.
The people that send me what?
We say over Königsberg, me permission go and start out and picking and there.
Yeah, I'm going to breed somebody, yeah.
Don't go so. Me make some contact over there.
Yeah.
And they say they know nobody don't know picking one Indian picking. I just go them and go on.
No, but but did you say probably your brother?
Me say probably my brother, but me ask already if anybody want the name comes up in there.
Yeah.
And they say they don't know, nobody have that. That's a whole time people are born and go. I went on a place called Aleppo.
Okay.
Son? And them know all about over there for them walk over there and do business at Higla. Higla woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Combs,
Yeah.
somebody called me about something I never really pick up our, but them did kind of upset with you. Did you say something unpleasant about the late Barbara Gludon who just passed? Did you say something?
All right, hold on. Leave it right there. Leave it right there.
Leave it, okay, but because somebody said, boy, Raga, I'm a loser for your friend. I said, which friend? Mr. Combs. I said, when Mr. Combs do, him disrespect Barbara Gludon. I said, but you did that move fast. Me never get...
Hold on. What the person say?
No, they never tell me, to be honest with you.
Listen, hold on,
Yeah.
all right, listen me.
Yeah.
Me a 84-year-old.
Yeah.
Me read my Bible.
Yes.
I know God write Bible and man write it, but if a man write it, so clear and pretty. If a God write it, me no read no in the Bible what me approve.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
If this me good, you're an educated man, you have your degree.
Yeah.
When a person sick, and who you are pray to no God? You hear me?
Some.
More, yeah, thank you. Most people, all right, me can't walk. Me got doctor the 20th of April, March.
Yeah.
Me having urine tube 2 years now. I'm the 20th of March. Me go and take up a reach and do what me do, doctor, you do what me do.
Right.
And them put the machine in me. And Raga, believe me not hide nothing. When you lady, the nice doctor, Dr. Anglin, when you push the say, Mr. Combs, that arthritis make you can't walk. Me say, yes, doctor, what me have the experience, show me. And when you put the tube on me, but my foot dead near me kick her down. The tube touch up on me. And you put it on the other side and you left foot and kick again. And she said, Mr. Combs, I find what me looking for. You have to continue to live with the bag for the nerves. The arthritis mash up my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And the urine, my nerves can't push the urine.
Okay, right.
So at the moment, at least me no hide nothing. Me that one nice place Park the Park, thank God me live for 1970 years.
Mr. Combs, I thought you were telling me that in response to the question that I was, to the query.
No, me coming to it now.
Oh, okay.
I coming to it, so listen. If me not dead, within 2 to 3 years, the money what me have to serve me, it I got done and me have to sell the place. Buy a smaller place and money will serve me for me and nobody pay me, mind me.
Right.
So me ask God night and day if he call me home, Ragashanti. Me pray to him, say, man, Father, forgive me for all what me have done. And me ask if he call me home. But me wouldn't like move from here, so, and go somewhere else. For the rubbish talk easy, the water, me no problem, so. Right? I me live right against the roadside. And me caregiver gone anywhere, me can't call anybody a pass and so buy something from your shop, right?
Oh, so you're saying that the position you're in and with the medical challenges that you have and so forth, and that your funds, in your estimation, will be depleted in the next 2 to 3 years, right?
Me life living. Me no want hands out. Me no want hands out.
You don't want hand out. You don't want be in a worse situation you're in. And you're in a convenient position now where even though you can't walk and you're sick, there are certain conveniences where you have, the rubbish deal with and things people can't do. But you're saying that if you go somewhere else right it just going to be worse and things. And then you're going to run out of money. And you say, based on that, hold on, are you saying based on that, you have been praying to God for God to call you home, right?
Oh, thank you, yeah.
Okay, and go on.
Yeah, and when the person passed off, you see, I said something. I said, well, the husband was sick, and the husband was sick, and him passed off, left the sick one. So God answered prayer and called her home, and me asked God to call her home. But me talk to them every month. Me talk to gentlemen. So me send thing bad.
Oh well, that them I refer to.
But listen, who somebody call, as God has me hold the phone, I don't say nothing more. Me say, well, the gentleman never sick, to my idea, and me call, and he died before the lady. And now that the lady gone, me thank God for God, me ask God to call her home. For me and she was, we talk all the while and we kick off and we talk, right? Years. Right? So me not say nothing bad.
All right. Mr. Coons, hold on. Okay, go on. Go on.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, and the gentleman, when me call her, me say, oh, so-and-so. Mr. Combs, she no good, you know. Me say, sir, Mr. So-and-so, God not agree more you can deserve. So the hypocrite, they want to tell you so. And that them say, them people read the Bible and learn to talk. And
No. All right. Mr. Combs, I'm going to help to clarify some of what is going on here, where I think it is a misunderstanding on both sides. And before I get to you...
Not both sides, not by me.
No. I'll just tell you what is going on here.
Oh.
All right, people, I want you to listen to me, key. I think you misunderstood what Mr. Combs was saying, and I'm going to explain this to you. When I was training to be a psychotherapist, part of my training was to know how to counsel people to die. It was initially kind of disturbing for me and disconcerting, and it just kind of, because the whole purpose of counseling when I approach it was to help people, to overcome them depression and this and that. So what is this thing where you're going to teach you how to counsel people to die? And I didn't understand it. And people, after going through it, let me tell you, it just opened a whole different world to me. What am I getting at? It is very difficult for most of you who have lived your entire lives about surviving and overcoming this and never give up to understand people who reach a point at their lives where they are comfortable with transitioning into that other space. It is very difficult for some of you to understand it, right? Mr. Combs has articulated some of those dynamics. Again, I don't think you're not going to fully understand it, but you wouldn't even begin to understand the psychology of what he's going through that. And me can't tell you, from counseling people in this, but me can't tell you some of the things that Mr. Combs I think. And if me wrong, Mr. Combs tell me something wrong. Mr. Combs, isn't it your understanding that you have already lived a long and fulfilling life?
Mr. Shanti, Mr. Kingsley Stewart.
Yes.
Me have yet better myself. 7 better and me make 8.
Yes.
But 7 dead.
Yes.
So 7 better that me live 1. I mean only 1. Me is the longest.
Well, 7 brother. People don't listen to them something. The man have 7 brother and all them brother them died. So it's him alone. Listening to people. What talk, Mr. Combs?
Me live long. He said, all of them to that 60, 79 more. Me 84. Me live longer than my father.
Yes, you live longer than your father, longer than your brother. Yeah.
That's 82. Me 84. What I'm saying, you see, if me get pass, God you thank you with that, but me not quarrel with you, God. Me beg you pardon 50% wrong. If me get pass 4 years ago, me wouldn't bedridden. Me bedridden almost 3 years now.
Oh.
You get my
people listening. People who can't really understand that something if you just in your bed and you can't walk every day, 24 hours a day, year after year after year. Who can't even begin to understand what type of impact that have on you. Where you have to depend on everybody and all them, so you can't move and him cannot walk or anything. You can't even begin to understand what that means for somebody in them 80s and things. Go and talk, Mr. Combs.
Sometimes some food when me used to eat.
Yeah.
And when me see it.
Yeah.
Me have to just eat just little bit full in my belly. But if me overeat, me no shame for talk. Me bed no nasty up.
Oh.
And people have to call, me have to cut, me have to eat some and lift some and that's the way.
So you have less control over your bowel movements now,
right.
and things. So
everybody have less control.
Right.
Everybody.
And if you eat too much and whatever, it creates a mess. And you're not accustomed to seeing yourself in that position.
Clean Indian.
Right.
Mr. Weinstein Mackenzie come here, you see?
Yeah.
I never respect him. My caregiver was here. Me pass the keys through the window.
Yeah.
And he said, I spend half hour with me. I 3.5 hours, man, there.
Ralston is a wonderful gentleman, as all. But people, what I'm getting at when Mr. Combs understands certain things about when you're, I mean, I don't say terminally ill, it's not cancer or anything, but when you're at that point, right? So what Mr. Combs was saying was, Miss Gludon was the one that was sick, right?
She's sick long time.
Sick long time. Hold on.
Go ahead.
So Mr. Combs is saying Mrs. Gludon was the one who was sick long time.
Right.
And that her husband
passed away.
Was not sick or less sick or not sick, right? So Mr. Combs was saying, why, look at that, the husband never sick and him go gone and left him sick wife and thing and whatever. Why? And now she in a position there where she don't have the support of her husband that she has had for decades upon decades. And he must say, you know, given how sick she is right now, and her husband pass on, Mr. Combs, in his own way, in his own reality, based on female experiences, and based on what him reach in a life, we're not found on a reach yet, and based on what him a go through, and being a man of faith, who remember now, you know, Mr. Combs is a Christian, you know, who believes, say, when you pass, you're going to a better place than what you are right now. No need to understand that too, you know. Even if Uno don't agree with it, right, this is one I think Professor Mike Wilbur teach me when I was training to be a counselor. Be careful how you project your issues onto people and you're not understanding the thing from FIDEM issue, from FIDEM perspective. We learn that in anthropology too, when we're doing participant observation and thing, right? You have to get the emic understanding of whoever it is you're working with, right? So somehow, you know, you may be projecting your outlook on life and all you do, and not understanding from Mr. Combs' perspective. Remember, Stephen Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You have all heard me say over and over. The one that I was most impressed with is the one that says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. And I would suggest to some of you that you may not have understood Mr. Combs' perspective, and you may have judged him from just the basic standard fear of thing, which is, no, nobody enough to say, them I beg God to make somebody pass on. People, you'd be surprised how many people in that age group, 80s and 90s, that is them biggest wish. That is them biggest wish. And who are you to tell them that they should not find comfort in that desire?
Well, Raga, every same part you buy to your own order.
Yeah.
Me talk to the lady daughter, she's a fashion designer, right?
Yeah.
Me call her, when me can't get her, when me don't get her, me call the father.
Yeah.
She Hanya, Tanya, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I was calling her since the both of them parts of her can't get her.
Okay.
So me don't know what hypocrite I go to you, say, they listen.
No, Mr. Combs, I don't think them, that is what I'm telling you. I don't think them understand where you were coming from. And it is...
But hold on, when me go to church, several times the pastor, when me feel pain in my skin, pastor come back and look for me. Mr. Combs, listen good, you know.
Yeah.
Mr. Combs, the Lord that God would go through more things for that. You and I have to feel some pain. Me say, yes, pastor, but it's only that you can tell me.
Right.
Right? You want me to repeat to me, say the pastor come here. One name Johnson, one name all up pant.
Yeah.
My pastor will baptize me.
Mm-hmm.
When me and him talk, he said, Mr. Combs, I listen to you on your radio and you have qualities in you. I say, thank you for that. He said, been listening to me on radio years. When the pastor dead, you see?
Mm-hmm.
No. When you retirement down upon the Park Road, after a certain time you retire, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Mr. Combs.
Him put me on the retirement program. But I never, I tell him, so me can't come on the retirement, because me have a friend. We're dead.
Yes.
So dead come first.
Alright.
And me will see him again. So one day, now, me was coming from Richmond Park. Me will pay water commission up Marasca Road, and me could cross Richmond Park.
Yeah.
So me see a church sister, well, take my church, and me take her up. At least me get 200 every day bus.
Yeah.
And after me take her up, me say, come, just up in our yard.
But all right, Mr. Kum, just in the interest of time. Mr. Kum, hold on. While it is that I understand where you are coming from, and you see, I went through, I took great pains to explain it to them, and give them the rudimentary elements of it. At the same, hold on, Mr. Kum, listen for a second. At the same time, I am going to implore you to also understand the discomfort people instinctively feel when they love someone as many people love Mama Gludon, and when they have a loved one and they hear somebody else say, me did pray God for take her, and me glad God take her, because them not understand it. No, hold on. No, Mr. Combs, you need to listen. I'm saying, I want you, because I understand where you are coming from, and you're not being a bad and mean person, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also inviting you to, to say, leave them alone, because them not understand, because what's going on with them is that they're hearing someone, they're in some sort of grief and mourning about a loved one who passed, Mama Gluda, me love her too. And when they hear someone say, well, me pray God for take care and thing, and me glad God, you have to understand too that for some people that trigger them to say, so we are saying, I'm glad she dead, which is not what you're saying, I'm just saying that you too can probably make a little effort to understand their instinctive opposition to hearing in mourning for somebody that them care and love, to hear somebody else and say, well, me glad God take her and thing, because, people generally, them say, why you want God to take the person who will love and care for? You understand what I say?
In closing, listen.
Yeah.
Dr. Guy come here, Dr. Maurice Guy from St. Mary. And know me from where me know all in family. My wife married to from my sister married to. Anyway, my wife and my family. Me not put it on radio, right? Me promise him a book. And long time I me give you the book. So when you come here for me, me say, me will do it now here. He said, hello, is here Mr. Combs? So me catch the vibe. Me say, who's the person? He say, Dr. Guy. Me say, from St. Mary. He say, yes. Me say, come at the window. Come at the window and me give me key. If you come in, nobody there, And when you come in and look for me, the place clean and nice, no think and proud, And me say, Doctor, and this come here, but look on your buffet, on your guest idea. Pass that big hand below for me, please. And you take care of me, take me towel and wipe it off. And me give him, me say, this is what happened to me. And when he look for me, if you come here, you can't go to me,
Right.
And when he look, he say, but the left one worse than the right one. So I said, Doc, you see yourself, though. That's what happened to me. And Doc, some pain when me feel. So I said, that doctor must say something. I said, you think about a parade for me. For your foot. I said, at my age, and look how far it is. I tell her somebody who live over in a country where she knew. I said, you know that lady there? She's in England and she come do it out and know you worse than her. He said, that's true.
Well, Mr. Combs, Mr. Combs, I want you to know that I appreciate you taking the time to contextualize this.
Me glad you take it up and tell the person, say,
right.
If we apologize to you upon your program, now that me explain.
No, I can't tell them that, Mr. Combs, because I have to respect. I can explain it, but I can't tell them to apologize. Because, Mr. Combs, hold on. Would you apologize to them for saying what you said?
For what? For what?
What you did say.
Me not say nothing, but so me not apologize.
No, but that is a point I'm making to you. They don't believe that they were thinking anything bad either.
Okay.
You understand
Me
what
no
I'm
say
saying?
nothing bad.
So all I can do, I will explain to the person and explain to her what was going on. But I
Raga.
cannot. But with all due respect, she doesn't owe you an apology, nor do you owe her an apology or anybody else.
No,
an
no
apology.
apologies to me. Say, boy, you never know, so I say go.
Well,
Yeah,
I can
that's why
explain. And if she reached that point where she said, boy, I may never know, so I saw it go. That is her journey to make and her choice to make. But I cannot tell her that she's supposed to apologize to you.
Raga.
Because she doesn't owe you an apology.
Me married the 8th of November, you see? 1959, and my wife pretty, you know, short and young and pretty, no young. She died at about 64. And she got scrape her eye. She have cataract.
Uh-huh.
And me tell her to go my doctor, her cousin a big nurse at university when he just opened 1944, and she a follow her cousin. And she go, when you go, alright, me don't know about her, and when she go back to the doctor who scrape her eye, and when you go on different one, when me send her and say, what do you think I laser? And say, who do the laser on your eye? And she attack. He say, oh my God, every night you one bad, young pretty woman, no, the woman cook and wash stone and left me lunch, plant and porridge. And me eat some, I feel all right, you know. And she go by that. Just 2 blocks from where me live, I go there, you know, the evening.
She go where? She go where?
When me live here, sir.
Yeah.
My son was living 2 gates from here.
Right.
So them cook
No. When you say she go over there and dead, like how did she pass?
When me go up there evening, we go eat dinner.
Yeah.
I go up there and cook dinner, you know, right?
Yeah.
Me see she a sweat. So me say, you on your back part, so we had to get up and go on around, you know, man. And she, you miss me going around, and me didn't come down. But somebody did down, you come to me to buy something.
Uh-huh.
And me say, no stay long, you know. And when my son come
Mr.
down...
Combs, sometimes when I ask you something, you kind of explain a whole story around it. But if you could
No,
just
but
answer.
you have to give full story.
I know, but sometimes you will end up and give a lot of
that
stories, you know. So I'm just saying, like, what happened? How did she...
All right, when me leave out of this house, me say my son drive when come and get me. So me go to my short pants. He said, go put on long pants and come on. Jilly did. Me wife me and Jilly, you know.
Yeah.
Me say, what you say? So me say, me know. Me think I don't hear. He say, up at Dr. Who? Up just up. No, Dr. Mankey, just up beside me.
Yeah.
When me go up, me see the lady there on my bed. Me say, but Dr. I not speak for me. When me say, Dr. me hold her head and put her upon the bed properly.
All right, Mr. Combs, so what are you saying in terms of when she passed now in relation to her eyes? Are you saying that when she had that problem with her eyes and whatever, she just couldn't bother anymore? Is that what you were saying?
She buy herself, said, do lad. No, make me come on. Sometimes I make it a bamboo tea. Cook a lot of root and...
Oh, no. So when she went through that, she said, do Lord, don't let me wake in the morning.
Every night, she did and gone, and me at her, Lord, over me awesome, you live all away. And she said she know I'm blind.
Okay, so after she couldn't see anything, after she lived her whole life where she could see, and then she couldn't see now, in her 60s, she had reached a point where she's like, no, I don't want to live the rest of my life like this.
Hold on. She born 39 and she did 2003, so work it out. She born 1939, not 2 years old now, and she did 2003, so work it out about 64.
Right. 64, right? Yeah.
So you hear the full story.
Right, okay.
Raga, when me see blind man, I don't mean many people, me talk about myself and my family. None of my family are sick, none of them and can't come off of bed. And when my brother did January, he talk to me, he drive, go down to Clinton, go buy something and come back and talk to me. And he did Sunday morning.
So, all right, Mr. Coons. Well, listen to me. You have this exchange that we have had tonight has been most educational. And trust me, I've been doing this for a while, so I know when an exchange is like really hilarious or it is really instructive. And what you and I just had just now, and what we both shared, and especially on your side, at the very minimum, you have brought people into a space that they're not familiar with, and they can now start processing it. And and as they go through life, they will better understand it too.
All right, in closing, you see?
Yeah.
Every 6 weeks, I have to change capital. The 31st of this month, me have change. And so when I go to man time, 2 women have to lift me a bed, put me in a wheelchair, carry me to the door, carry there. They have to lift me, put me in a car, then push me in. One of them push me, put my foot on the dashboard. Me have to bust 2 bad ones. Me say, what you do? Lift up me put on the dashboard and windscreen. Me say, when you lift me up, put me foot on the ground, and the one over my shoulder, lift me, put me by my seat, and my granddaughter, woman, the 2 men couldn't lift me up.
So basically you're saying just for you to move to take care of certain basic things and whatever, it's a huge production just to move you, right?
Every 6 weeks, the 31st of this month.
You have to change your catheter, your catheter, right? Or catheter, right?
And I only live with this. I only live with this. I say, Raga, every 6 weeks, when I go to my fret.
So you basically said, rather than having to live in your bed every day and have to go, hold on, rather than have to live in your bed to be bedridden every day, as you have been for years now, and when you have to change your catheter every 6 weeks, you have to go through this elaborate type of thing. And it's a whole life you're basically saying that you would rather do without. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I sit down, I will sit down and my foot swell.
Swell, okay.
Anytime I come back, you know, dry until the other day.
Okay.
Because you sit down and hang on your foot, you can't touch out it. And I will see. All right, so hold on. So when I go down town now, I don't have to pay, and pieces come down from me. How me change down there? No, how me change? Tell me, I will see. Where go on?
And if your feces come down on you, which it does, you know, quite often and thing.
People, make I tell you, I don't criticize no about think twice before you chat. Think twice before you mouth.
Well, exactly.
Listen, you are 2 years and you are 1 month.
Seek first to understand, then to be understood.
Mr. Kingsley, Stewart, thank you for the interview.
You're welcome, Mr. Coombs, and thank you for sharing today. Yeah?
Thank you. All the best.
And people, before we take a break, this is it's one of those things where it's one of them things that if you're not in that mental state, you can't understand it. Right? I have been trained in this thing and I still can't understand it. You know, the depth and the gravity of it. In other words, me know more about it than the average person from a theoretical perspective in terms of training. And it's still something where you can't. One time I talk to a man, you know, and he might make some casual statements about menstruation and women having to deal with menstruation every month. And he was just making some loose statements about it and thing, and in terms of cramps and just having to deal with every month and thing and whatever that. And I was just trying to impress upon him that, listen, we can theoretically reason that out, but I'm saying there's no way a man going to understand that. You just cannot understand. A man cannot understand that. A man can't understand what happens to a woman physically and psychologically if she carries a child, when she carries a child. You're just not going to understand it. You can understand it more. Ask the right question, humble yourself and listen. But to believe that you can reach a point where you can so understand that you can, as a man, can tell woman what to do and this and that and whatever, it's ludicrous. And this is one of those things. When you reach a certain age, where particularly a man like Mr. Coombs, who has lived a vibrant, active life. Mr. Coombs is a farmer. He has regaled us with story after story of his many escapades and whatever. He's been a hard-working, active man all his life. Independent. Move when he want to move and whatever. And for him to be in this state now. And I'm not encouraging it, people. I'm just saying it's difficult to understand, so I'm just giving you some morsels for you to say, oh, I don't fully understand it, but I kind of see where the perspective come from. I know the instinctive thing of many of you is to not to be in opposition to anything from anybody who say them want to tread on. And many of you incorrectly construe this as people giving up. Remember the whole thing with Dr. Kevorkian, who was helping people who were terminally ill and just suffering every day, who made their choice that they want to transition. I remember that, right? It was, a hotly debated type of thing, opposed by the Catholic Church, who is, philosophically opposed to anything to do with, voluntary passing, voluntary death, suicide, or anything like that. But again, this is a special instance. There are people who reach certain age. I have a good friend, a TamFam, who contacted me and she said, I want you to help me to put certain things together. And I tell her, no. I said, what you want here is a lawyer who deals with wills and estates and trust. And she said, you don't know what? And I said, I can't recommend no Raga, is you me want to do it. I said, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know anything about it. So, what, da. And she said, no, man, because I know me I go, and I just need for put things. People, this is quite normal with people at that age, people with certain conditions, and people who, right? And that is what I was trained to do, how to counsel people to prepare to die. Some people want to make sure them take care of where them are going to bury. Some people, it's important to them. Them want to make sure, say, so-and-so get this and so-and-so not get that. Them want to make sure. And some people say, why you prepare for that for? You're not supposed to prepare for that. Life is precious. God give you life. Don't prepare for the hello. We all come here. We all have to go. Right? And I know it is strange to some of you. But it's better to be in a position where you can organize everything to do with your transition than to be in a position where you did not do so and you just whatever this and you left things in a mess or whatever and this never take care of and all them something. It won't matter to you if you pass. I mean, I'm one of those people who think like that. But I'm saying you have to understand the people who for them a huge part of optimal living, a huge part in appreciating life is having that opportunity to decide all the elements associated with when they pass. And I encourage you, many of you don't know, but you're frightened if you know some of the people around you who are thinking that, but they don't share it with you. There are a lot of elderly people around you, and I'm not saying everybody should. It's a delicate balance to understand people who are in that space and the others who are just depressed and them give up on life and thing and nothing wrong with them and thing, and then them bring down that type of thing upon themselves, which in turn accelerate their passing when it didn't have to be so. Yes, I do know you have that side. And it is difficult in making that distinction when you're supposed to help those on that side and to see if you can help them to induce in themselves, to instill in themselves something positive where them still can do something meaningful in them advanced age and all these things and whatever and things like that. You have that side. And the other side where the respectful thing to do, the understanding thing to do, is to help people plan them thing and whatever and to decide when they want to transition. And by the way, this is not something strange in other cultures. It's quite normal in a lot of non-Western cultures where people, they don't fear death. And when it's a time to come, they have these rituals that they engage in terms of transitioning, from this material world into whatever it is that obtains after our passing. All right, well, we'll have a break. We're soon forward.
Decades of hits from the classics to current tracks. You'll find it all on the Bridge 99 FM, the station for everyone.
New style, yes, new flow,
The Bridge. The Bridge 99 FM to the world.
This is Zion Stewart, and you're listening to my dad, the awesome Ragashanti, on Bridge 99 FM.
Yeah, man. Welcome back up in our juggling and things. In a Ragashanti live and thing. An interesting little turn occurred there with Mr. Combs' reasoning. And again, people, I'm very much aware that this is the type of thing that is it can be a little bit hard to grasp, because, we grew up with, I want me to tell you why. I have life, so I have to give thanks, that we grew up with. The cure all things bad. This whole notion that's drilling away. Well, you have life, I have life, you give thanks and things. So we are conditioned, to celebrate life. Right, Joe. Then and again in this part of the world also, we're also conditioned in this whole thing where, if you embrace your transition, it's some form of weakness or some form of cowardice or some form of sickness, something is wrong in your head, or you finna want life and whatever. And I just wanted to know it's not a two-dimensional issue. It's not a zero-sum issue. It's not an either-or issue. It's not just one side or the other side. It's actually way more complex and multi-layered than you think it is. All right? Nourdet, condolences on the passing of your niece and strength and protection, to your nephew and thing. Sorry you're going through that, good night, caller.
Raga.
Yeah. Oh.
Raga.
Mr. Combs, say we have some other caller. I don't want them vex.
Me won't be young, man.
Mr. Combs, I don't.
find 40,000 a week, 10,000 a week. 10,000 a week for caregiver, and every 2 weeks, they have to get weekend off. That's 5,000 for weekend off. That's 10,000 a 40, and the 2 weekend off. The 10 to 50,000 a month. When me go public, it costs me 3,000 with taxi, 15 go, 15 come back. Me have to get 2 months to live me. Me pay them 2,000 a day, so 15 and 15, 3,000 and 4,000 a month. Plus me have each one to lunch and me scale it. So when me forget them, go down one day.
How much you have to pay the man them?
2,000 each will live me. Them down there with me all day.
Okay, 2,000 each.
Yeah, 1,500 with taxi go. 1,500 we didn't drop me off and left me call him when me get you.
So that's 7,000 when you go, plus the 50,000. That's 7,000 well, plus if you say...
No, you have to tell money in there.
No, I'm just saying, right, that's how we are looking at 57 to 60,000, you have to find.
All right,
okay.
a month. I'm from 1960. Thank God, me no work.
Okay, and you basically say that cost something your money are going to run out. That's what you're saying, right?
Them not sit on a pencil out, Raga.
Yeah.
Me can't read them in a better take you on, but you can't fool me, no?
Right.
The biggest liar in Jamaica can't fool Philip Combs.
All right.
You take your time and ask me ABC and broke up your word in syllable, me can't answer you.
All right.
Anyway, for the call I want you.
All right, then cool, Mr. Well, that is another point tonight, right there. So, remember the man now work and it's him alone. People, you know what it must be for him to have 8 other brothers. 8 other brothers. And all of them gone and him there. Bedridden. I don't think I can even begin to understand that something, Hello.
Brother.
Yes, what?
All right. Me and Mark is here. We there debate something, right? Yeah, debate one. So we are asking your opinion on it, or your advice on it, right? All right. Two persons are date, right? And after the act, the person sleep over, whether the man sleep over or the woman. All right. But at one point, they recognize that the bed wet. Right? And recognize that one of the person peep in the bed. Should that individual stay?
Hold on. So it was clear that it wasn't from the act that make the bed wet. It was peep.
No.
Somebody peep in the bed. Okay.
Yeah. The person peep in the bed and the relationship is new.
Right.
So what do you think the person should have done? Leave or try to get help for the person?
When you say leave, you mean leave the place or leave the relationship?
Leave the relationship, seeing that it just start.
So the relationship just start, right?
Yeah,
and it reach a point where some consummation, some, them do them little thing for the first time, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And after doing it for the first time, and then they are asleep, one of them pee the bed.
Yeah.
So you're asking if the next one, if what the other person should do, if the person who them just meet and build a relationship with them, two adults, and the first time they had intimacy and lay down and asleep, the person pee the bed. Well, I would suggest that depending on what the person wants, if the person wants something substantial from the relationship, and they think that this relationship is on its way towards that substantial union, then I would say the person should try to work with the person and not tell nobody else or whatever, and be discreet and be supportive. However, if the interaction, if you were to be honest, and the interaction was, listen, I was just having fun, and this was just a good time, and the person genuinely, them headspace not dead where them can manage that. If you say them man or them woman people bed, then I think they should leave. If them know them can't manage it, if you know say you can't manage it, you're only going to be negative to it, and you're going to be judgmental, and you're going to be scornful, and you're going to be, you're going to feel ridicule, and you're going to demean the person, whether overtly or indirectly. So it's better you leave that situation if it is not for you. So it depends, one thing with Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil party.
Yeah, man.
One thing I like with him, whenever I'm dealing with anything, at some point I might say, what you want out of this? What you want out of it? Because that, so sometimes people hear some things and them run and judge, and this for happen and that for happen, and that is not the way to approach it, Whenever them something they come up, like you ask me, I can give you different scenarios or different probabilities. But in truth, if somebody approach you with something like that, the first thing you must say, what you want out of this? Like, or what you think you can get out of this? Because based on what the person wants or what them think they can get out of it, that is what will determine how you move forward. You have to have a goal. And then you understand if how you steer can deal with this thing. First of all, define where you want to go. And then determine what you can deal with. This goes for all relationships too,
Yeah.
This that when we don't want from that person. Right? Boom. Once you get that clear. Two, can I deal with how this person stay? And you may can work with it. You may not have no answers the right thing, but you have to work with it and see where it go. Or no, this happy and this good. Or me not feel too good about it, Or no, sir. I have nothing against her, nothing against him. Me can't leave. You know what I say? But that is determined by what you want from the relationship and what type of person you are, and can you deal with what you're seeing right now and moving forward. Did that make sense?
Yeah, man. Can I say him? I left him. So me, I said, no, man. No, me think so you could have try and see if you can get.
But why I'm saying would I leave right away?
He say not stay because he knew, and he not stay with no woman with people bed. And
Well, hold on, no. To be fair to him, though, you know, I want you to understand this. A lot of people are like that, and they're pretty good about it. What they're saying is, if I am committed to you, and you and I have been journeying for a good while now, and you become afflicted with something really bad that I would find unattractive if I just meet some, me not leave you because of what you and I have already accomplished together. And that is quite normal. That is okay, right? You know, it is the whole idea between, okay, we're married and we're there and whatever. Me can't tell you this, you know. If me there with a woman, me are the type of man where if me and a woman asleep for the first time, all if me not think for there with her and she peep in the bed, me not go shame her. I am just that, but I am that type of guy. I'm going to be supportive to her, right? And I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm going to make sure no one say, this a stay with me. I'm going to help her and support her and whatever and all these things and be understanding. I'm going to make she laugh. I'm going to make she don't feel bad about herself because I'm going to set out to do that. Because I'm going to make it my priority for her to feel good and not feel demeaned and whatever, right? And she must know that if other people ridicule her or whatever this and that, she must know that one thing with Kingsley, you know, one thing with Raga, immature about them something there and him support me. And him a boy, because I see this thing as a man thing. You understand what I say? That is that. But at the same time, if it, I'm going to admit to you, even though I'll be understanding about that and whatever, in fact, as I've been in several situations, right? If me determine after that say it's something where me cannot manage, me not stay in it. Because it will make the union unhappy.
Is deceptive, Raga, if them know.
Yeah.
If them know say so and then they not tell you.
Yeah.
You know, think the person is deceptive.
Well, if them know, say them bladder weak like that and them people bed and whatever,
they know.
And them not say nothing, then some discussion have to go on right this. Because you go ask, is this the first time this happened to you? And if the person say no, well, your people bed all the while? Yeah. So how you deal with it at your yard? Oh, I wear diaper sometime or wear whatever. So why you wouldn't wear one now? Because of the first time I never, you know, it not happen every night and I did not hope say it not happen or whatever. You know, some discussion have to go on. And if me, and if after the discussion, I determine that you just never care and you come up with a piece of my bed, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. You know, if your attitude was like, yeah, I'm a piece bed and thing, and well, I didn't know some, I don't like if I piece the bed. So why you come sleeping on my bed and piece the bed? Me and you don't start out and you piece the bed and you know say you piece the bed. No, you know, if you're kind of cavalier about it and kind of laissez-faire about it and you don't care, I have a problem with that, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I have a problem with that, yeah.
Because they debated for last week, you know, and we not reach no way.
Let me tell you something. One I think me always tell man, say, some of my time them. Like, you know, like me try to tell you them. I say, listen. You see, me always tell him, say, brain guys, brain guys, and caring guys, and whatever, and them something. Them outlast good-looking guys and money guys. I always tell people, I always tell the youth them that. I say, good-looking guys and money guys, you know. The woman them will drawn to them and them will catch the woman them for. Me say, but that are just like standard fear out there. You see, if you can deal with a woman in a way where different from normal, where your thing different, in a way where empower her to make she feel good about herself and all them something, that woman will just give you the world, you know. I'm not even talking about material thing, I'm talking about the psychological, you know. She will just rate you differently, you know. And if it worse, if it happened to something where she feel like she's supposed to be embarrassed or ashamed about it and thing. And if you, the way you juggle and she can tell, say you really mean it and not put on, you put on, but you really care about her and you take care of her this so and thing, and you genuinely have no problem I deal with so and so. Yo, one time, so and so I go on and whatever, you know, right? And years ago, And for some women, I mean, never did understand it at that time, after me learned this. But then, for some women, depending on what time of the month them is, and depending on how the sexual excitement is, it can bring down the menstruation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It no mean say them went name there, you know. So one time in a situation, you know, man, and thing and whatever, you know. And heat and whatever, you know, man. And sheep on top too, you know. And she cover her face and whatever. And right away. I'm proud of myself, I don't care nobody wants to say. Right away, Raga the general, me just sit up thing and I say, come here. I want me to you. Let me see your face. She said, no, she start. I say, let me see your face. She said, no, let me see your face. I say, my girl, nothing wrong with your face, you know. I know your face, you think come out right now. She start laughing. I say, what you see wrong with your face? I say, look at me. You know, say you're still pretty. Yeah, I remember, you know, she did on top of me and be blood over the two away, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I tell me, say, you're still a beautiful woman. I say, that's a natural bodily function right there. And she said, but this is so embarrassing. I went, right there, so the worst thing me could have do, I go jump up and just, hey, I want to this man and whatever, you know. Yeah. That would have been like one of the worst experiences in her life for the rest of her life. She remember that and she got cringe. And right there at that moment, I knew. Forget about sex. Forget about it. The sex not in our picture right now. This woman wants to be hugged and reassured and thing like this. And I be a joke, but start gear. And the two of we are clean up and joke and whatever, this and that and But let me tell you something, Brittany.
Yeah.
Hey, I just through certain travels and things me call me and that woman I never did. There is nothing wrong me could have do in this world after that. There is nothing wrong me could have do in the world after that. Nothing wrong. More time she had tell me them story and I tell me she me, you know, cause we didn't remain friends for a while. I think she married now and doing well in another country. But we remain friends. And all the while she would tell me like she got caught up in this thing where she would date and meet nice people, and then any other person got upset about something or whatever, she would just be like, after you and a man, they not like you, you know? I mean, if you kind of, you know, I kind of say, no, don't do that something there, you know, you carry over the past, you know, where you're in, and you have to, you know, boom, you know, them look over you. But the point me I make
just remember what you do, because if
what?
Somebody, you know, man, they would ask, if was some man.
Me I tell you?
Yeah, man.
A damn type of something there, that thing there. So, that me I try explain to the youth them more while say, if you made the thing them with, man, you can't lose. You can't lose. And thing. But it's a good reasoning, all right?
Yeah, man, all right.
All right, then, blessings. All right, people, before me go, me say, Christina said, no, sir, just bury me. And Ray, and that. No, man, Christina, I want me to you, man. No, man. And, I mean, it's after that. And after that, there have been instances where, I mean, less dramatic than that particular one. And I've experienced multiple instances after that where men, listen. There's some women, there are certain psychological state they can get in that can, and depending on what time of the month it, where it can just suddenly bring down them period. If for whatever reason a woman have what is commonly referred to as any accident during the period thing is so sensitive and personal for women. The worst thing you can do around a woman when she's in that hypersensitive zone of anything to do with her period is to respond in any way, even if not directly or overtly, in any way where she can interpret it that, you know, you are being demeaning. Me can't tell you, me, I actually don't like say blood or whatever. And sometimes, you know, when you live with woman to and thing, you know, it's something I have to deal with monthly. And depending on who the woman is, she may have like heavy flu on them, something there. Me not gonna lie. Me not like, women can't talk about it anytime. I don't like when I eat food and woman can't start talk about it. But I'm going to tell you the truth. There have been a couple of times when I eat and thing and I talk to women who bring it up. I'm not saying nothing to them. That is part of relationship. You just work with it. You just work with it. Right? I mean, I really like that. But sometimes you have to work. You know what some woman work with man and whatever. Why we can't work with some things with them? Right? This sometimes in the room, woman thing, and you may go see someone saying at the bathroom or this and that or whatever and thing. I mean, it reach a point where me get old enough where me will move them things that come and say I know so the person steal or whatever, or something slip out of this or drop out of the bag or whatever, or you see I look a thing on the toilet seat or whatever. Me wipe it up. A big man think that. But me not tell owner say owner for do it. All I'm saying is I don't like say I had to do some President soon done. I had to do some thinking about this, you know. Because me will see somebody stab up somebody with blood and thing. No bother me. From me a little bit and live at West Kingston and we hear some man get shot up on them there at public and then bring them a dead man pan hand card. We used to go up there and we used to love look pan dead man and them bust up and shot in at them head and them brain. Oh, them something never bother me and thing. But then I hear some mix and look a spot of period blood and whatever and it bother me. Me have to check myself. So what is going on there? Right? And I saw me work through my little thing. This are years ago. So I'm way behind. The point I'm making is, when it come to them something there, and when sometimes you may feel a little discomfort, hold it and balance your thing, man. And you will get better at dealing with it progressively. Right? Sometimes with them things, they get, you know, given our sensitivities for women, men, there is nothing will please a woman more than if certain things are going on or certain problem are going on with that and you are a man and she can't come talk to you about it. Listen, Mass Raga. Most women not talk to them man about it and then love them man. We kill people for them man and them not. But if they could and feel comfortable with it and genuinely know say you is that type of man them can talk about something are going on in them body and know them bleed and them menses or something that reach them or whatever and them can't do that. You would be the world to that woman. Listen what Master Raga tell you. Trust me, me know. Me know what I say to you. Trust me, woman, I listen right and know. Oh yes, that's true. That's true. All right? All right, this show end up interesting tonight, man. Like it. Anyway, people, take care of yourself. Friday, I'll be back. And thing, and of course, enough niceness and sitting. All right? Bless upon yourself. And do remember, tomorrow, free up the realest Jamaican talk show. We're Ragashanti TV on YouTube. 1 o'clock US East Coast time. 12 noon Jamaica time. Free up tomorrow afternoon. Ragashanti TV over YouTube. Go to the channel right now and click subscribe on the channel and click the bell for notification. Go over to Ragashanti TV right now, click subscribe, which is free, and click the bell where you see there. You're going to see one bell. Do click the bell for notifications. All right? Do that for me. All right? Go do it right now. And tune in tomorrow afternoon. We're going to have some fun. All right? Blessings, people. Take care.